So it's May. It hailed the first day of May, but it's May. We just wrapped up spring coaches meetings, and I know we had some great discussions. And it's hard to believe that we're already running into summer game season. And so very appropriate that we talk about 2018 summer games schedule at the coaches meetings. And we talked about the changes there, and change is tough, and I get it. And it was very important for us to hear the feedback that people had, the concerns they had, the things they liked, the things that they were worried about. And what we're here to assure you is that the state office is committed to walk alongside you through this change, so that we can assist in any way possible, whether it be financial or resources or any way to make this transition as smooth as possible in that first year. So let me give you a little bit of background. Next year, 2018, we'll celebrate the 50th anniversary of Special Olympics as a movement, which is hard to believe, but if you look back, we've come a long way. Starting in Eunice Kennedy Shriver's backyard with a few athletes, and now over 172 countries, close to 5 million athletes. We just wrapped up the Winter World Games, where the world saw Special Olympic athletes competing in Austria in the Winter Games. In 2 more years, it'll be in the United Arab Emirates, where the World Summer Games will take place. All of those, as well as the World Games back in LA, have been televised on ESPN around the world, with nightly broadcasts as well as opening ceremonies being covered live. It's a pretty big jump forward. We have moved from the variety page, from the community page, to actually the very front and center of the top sports page that you could possibly have. That is a huge plus for our movement. We've also seen a lot of changes here in Minnesota over the last 10 years, as we've seen that our numbers of what you would call our traditional athletes more than doubled to 8,200. You've all been major contributors to that growth. And what's really exciting is that we're seeing the growth accelerate. With the new programs that we've piloted, if you look at our Young Athletes program and our school program and the expansion that we're seeing across the state, we're seeing more and more numbers come into Special Olympics. If you look at our unified partners and Young Athletes, our participation numbers are getting close to 15,000. And again, as I said, those numbers are growing exponentially. So which is great, that's what we want. We want more people to be involved, but we also know that while we have 8,200 traditional athletes, we know there's 40,000 potential Special Olympic athletes that are on the sidelines, and we need to create more opportunities for them. These new pipelines are doing just that, but what that's doing is, as we get to state games competition, we are at a constraint as far as what the venues can hold from their capacity. So we needed to make a change. We know that other states actually implement a quota system. Southern California, for example, while they have 20,000 athletes, their state summer games, they only allow 1,100 athletes to participate. So athletes who participate in summer games sports only can go to state summer games once every several years. And that is an avenue that we did not necessarily want to pursue. However, looking at the growth and where we're at today, we are at capacity with our state game venues. And so if we didn't change anything, 2018, we would have to implement a quota system in order to handle the growth and to fit within the confines of the venues that we have. So a quota is where each delegation would be told ahead of the season that you can only bring this many number of athletes to the summer games. And as I said, that is not a direction that we want to go. We would rather change the schedule and the confines so that the selection is actually put on the athlete or the coaches, and they can decide for themselves. The calendar change provides for longer seasons, which provides opportunities for us to expand area competitions, regional competitions, provide scrimmage opportunities, so that actually athletes have more competition experiences. Each and every athlete can participate in every sport that they still do. It might give them the opportunity actually to experiment with some other sports. But when it comes to state, would be the only time that they would have to select one sport to compete in at the state competition venue. So they still participate in all their sports, and they still come to state, but they would only compete in one of those particular sports. We also want to continually raise the bar for each and every competition. And so that is where the future of the new summer games is, that we will be hosted on a college campus. There will be an opportunity for athletes and coaches to stay in the dorms. There will be competition going on both day and night. There will be entertainment happening throughout the day and in the evening. Evening activities, celebrities, concerts, and multiple things for athletes to do, along with the traditional wellness village, healthy athletes, banquets, and what have you. Very similar to a USA Games feel for those of you that have experienced that. As I said before, all of you had a big part in making Special Olympics what it is today and helping us pilot these new initiatives with young athletes, So Fit, Unified Sports, Unified School Program, and this is all creating a better and stronger movement where more and more people can get involved. In fact, our So Fit program and our school program is being benchmarked around the country to other states because of the work that you all helped us do and to grow. The other thing is these new and inclusive programs are creating more options for people to really realize that Special Olympics is for them, because that's what we want. We want everybody to know that Special Olympics is in your community, it is for everyone, and it is year-round. And that is our biggest challenge, is getting the word out, and these new programs are doing just that. And so we are experiencing rapid growth. That growth is expected to grow exponentially, and that's why we need to make this change. We want every team to have a chance to be a part of the state competitions, and this new schedule will allow just that. It will allow everybody to attend and everybody to experience what they might have experienced in the past on a much bigger stage. So we think that we are moving in a direction where we can have more people involved in state games and more people involved in the Special Olympics movement. I cannot thank each and every one of you enough for making Special Olympics what it is today and for what it's going to be in the future. I know change is tough, but I also know that we cannot be better without change. Thanks for all you guys do, and thanks for helping us as we move into the future.